Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all must be fine. Today we will see the topic rational numbers of class 7th. ठीक है? Let's see the previous knowledge of yours. You all must have heard about natural numbers. Natural numbers. In your vicinity you all know the things, you all used to see the things and you used to count it by using the counting numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These are called as natural numbers. This thing you must have heard in previous classes. And in this, if you add 0 to it becomes whole number, which is denoted by W. After that, again if you add negative numbers, ठीक, -1, -2 and -3 and so on, it will be going till -infinity. These are called as integers, or which is represented by I or Z. Till now you all have seen these type of numbers, fine. After this, again we all know it very well, we feel the necessity and need of these numbers. Natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and you also must have heard about other numbers also, even numbers, odd numbers. Even numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 2. Odd numbers are those numbers which are not divisible by 2. Basically, we are seeing here rational numbers. You also must have heard about prime numbers, which says what? It will be having only two factors, that is 1 and itself. Means it will be divided by only either by 1 or itself. After this, what is there? But time to time, leaving these numbers, time to time we also need some negative fractional numbers. Fine. So, requirement of these negative types of fractional numbers lead to the concept of rational numbers. Fine. For example, if you have to see, if you are showing, say, if you are showing 600 meter above sea level by the fraction 3/5. If this is the sea level and you are having a distance of 600 meter and you are showing it by say 3/5 of some height, whatever you say, take, and you are showing below the sea level. This is sea level. 600 meter below the sea level, it will be shown with the help of -3/5. That means here positive sign refers to the height above the sea level, and positive sign refers to the height above sea level, and negative sign shows height below sea level. That means we also require the negative rational numbers. Fine. After this, for example, what can we say about this 3 and 5 or -3/5? This 3/5 and -3/5, this is neither a natural number nor whole number, nor it is integers. Fine. Also, you can also understand it in this way. You say if a farmer is having a piece of land and if he needs to divide this piece of land between his three sons, say A, B and C. If a farmer needs to divide, so in this case what can be done? Say his eldest son, say he has three sons A, B and C. His eldest son is very obedient to him, or say the farmer loves his eldest son, so say he is giving half of the property, half of his land to his eldest son. Further, what can be said? To say in this case, this is what? What can you say about this fraction? This is half, this is also half, and this is what? This is half of half which is being left. It will be, this whole is half, but this will be 1 by 4. So he is giving, say 1 by 4 is the second son, and इसके बाद the third portion of the land he is giving it to his third son. That means we have also seen that we need to come across these type of fractions and these type of some negative fractions. These lead to the concept of rational numbers. Fine. अगर if you see the word rational number, if you see the word rational number, so rational number has been originated from the word ratio, ratio, to which you all are very much familiar. You have studied about ratio in class 6 also, isn't it? Now let's see. Fine. Now let's see what can we say about rational numbers and fractions. Rational number and fractions. Now, if you see a fraction, if you are saying the word ratio, in the case of ratio, we always have seen its numerator and denominator is always positive, isn't it? If you take the ratio 3:5, it is always positive. Its numerator and denominator, say it is 3/5, isn't it? But what can you say about if you are having minus 3/5? This cannot be written as in terms of ratio. Minus 3:5, this is wrong. You must have never seen a negative ratio. That means what can we say? What can we say? 3/5 is a fraction, but minus 3/5, this is not a fraction. This is not a fraction. Fine. 3/5 is not a natural number, not a whole number, neither integer, and but this is a fraction. 3/5 is a fraction. Minus 3/5, since it is having its numerator as negative, so this is not a fraction. Then what is it? What is it? This is a rational number. This is rational number. That means you must have got somewhat idea about rational numbers. What is it? These are the numbers. These are the numbers which can be written into the form of P upon Q, where P and Q belongs to integer and Q cannot be equal to 0. Mind it. Rational numbers, these are the numbers which can be written into the form of P upon Q, where P upon Q, P and Q, they are integers, and its Q can never be 0 because Q is in the denominator, and if any fraction, if its denominator is 0, then that fraction is undefined. It does not exist. Fine. Now, if you see this property, if you see this property, then what can you say? You just see the natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is natural number, isn't it? These natural numbers can be expressed into the form of P upon Q, because you know it very well. If nothing is written below, so we can write 1 as 1 upon 1, 2 as 2 upon 1, 3 as 3 upon 1, and so on. It will be going till infinite. That means we can say the natural number is all types of natural number is a rational number. And also you know it very well. If 0 is added to the set of natural numbers, it becomes whole number. Again the same thing is there. In the whole numbers also, all the denominators can be taken as 1. The same thing is with integers. Ki you can take all the integers can be written as into the form of with its denominator as 1, with its denominator as 1, fine. But if you say 0, 0 can be written as 0 upon 1, 0 upon 2, 0 upon 3. It can be also written as, what I mean to say is 0 upon anything where x should not be 0. X can be either negative or positive. It will be always remains a 0. That means what can you say? 0 is a natural numbers. So what we have seen, what we have seen कि all the types of natural number, whole number, integers, they are the rational numbers because it can be expressed into the form of p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. This thing we have seen. Second thing, what we have seen, if you in the case of fraction, we have positive numerator, positive denominator. That means what can we say? Every fraction is a rational number. Every fraction is a rational number. Fine? But every rational number is not a fraction. Every rational number is not a fraction because in the case of fraction, you cannot have its numerator or denominator as 0. So, what can you say? Minus 2 upon 5 is a rational number, but it is not a fraction. 2 upon 5 if you take, this is a fraction as well as rational number. That means यहाँ पे what can you say? Minus 3 upon 5, this can be said to be negative rational number. This can be said to be negative rational number. Fine. So whether it is minus 2 upon 5, whether it is minus 2 upon 5 or it is 2 upon minus 5, this is a negative rational number. That means it's a rational number. But if you are having minus 2 upon minus 5, what can you say about this? If you are having minus 2 upon minus 5, is it a fraction or a natural number? Minus 2 upon 5, this is a rational number. But it is not a fraction because it has negative numerator and negative denominator. But one more thing, minus 2 upon 5 can be converted into a positive fraction. Its numerator and denominator, that will be this is positive. Its numerator and denominator can be made positive by multiplying its numerator and denominator by a negative number, that is minus 1. So we have got what? 2 upon 5, which will be a fraction. This thing, what can you say? If numerator or denominator or both are seen to be negative, then it will be a rational number but not a fraction. Although if its numerator and denominator both are negative, that can be converted into positive by multiplying it by minus 1. That means what we have seen, all fractions are a rational number. Every rational number is not a fraction. Minus 2 upon 5 or 2 upon 5, they are negative rational number. Yes, one more thing. 0 is a rational number. This thing we have seen. But what can you say about 0? Is it a negative or a positive rational number? Yes. If you see, 0 is neither positive nor negative rational number. 0 is neither positive nor negative rational number. This is the only rational number which is neither negative nor positive. This thing you have to keep it in your mind. That means what can we say? Rational number includes all the types of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and as well as all types of fractions. Fine? Fine? After this, what can you say? इसके बाद नाउ वी विल सी इक्विवेलेंट रेशनल नंबर्स. वी विल सी व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कि अ गिवन रेशनल नंबर. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू से equivalent rational number. If you take a simple example, say 1 favorite number. What can you say about 1? It's a natural number, whole number, integer. Is this thing? This 1 can be written as 2 upon 2, 3 upon 3, 4 upon 4, 5 upon 5, and so on. Also we can write 1 as minus 2 upon 2, minus 2 upon minus 2, minus 3 upon minus 3, minus 4 upon minus 4. This will be also equal to 1. That means what can you know, what can you conclude? We can write 1 as, we can show 1 by infinite rational numbers, keeping its numerator and denominator same. Keeping its numerator and denominator same. Fine? ठीक है. That means अब अगर if you take second example, if we take second example, say it is now 1 by 2 कह लीजिए, 1 by 2. Fine? If you multiply 1 by 2 as 1 by 2 into 2, what you will get? 2 upon 4. If you multiply its numerator and denominator by 3, you will get 3 upon 6. If you multiply 1 by 2 by 4 by its numerator and denominator by 4, you will be getting 4 by 8, and so on. That means you can multiply numerator and denominator of 1 by 2 by infinite numbers, integers. But one thing which you have to note is that should be non-zero integers. We can get infinite rational numbers which will represent 1 by 2 by multiplying its numerator and denominator by infinite non-zero integers. That means what can we say? If x upon y is a rational number, this is a rational number, and m is some non-zero integer, then x upon y will be equal to x upon y into m. Yani in this case we are multiplying its numerator and denominator by m. ठीक है, this thing we have seen. this is the equivalent rational numbers. That means a given rational number can be written as, can be shown by infinite rational numbers by multiplying its numerator and denominator by some non-zero integers, Fine. Now let's see. After this, what you will see, how to write fractional or say rational numbers in the simplest form. In this case, what we are seeing, writing fractionals in simplest form. Fine. Let's see that. For example, in this case, 8 upon 12. This thing you must have done in the earlier classes also. But again, we have to deal with the rational numbers. So fractions you must have done. In this case, what is that? If you want to simplify 8 upon 12, so in this case, what we used to do? You used to divide its numerator. You have to divide its numerator and denominator by HCF of 8 and 12. HCF you must be remembering, highest common factor which you have studied in class 6th. Highest common factor which you have studied in class 6th. So in this case 8 upon 12, in this case 8 will be divided by, what is the HCF of 8 and 12? You must be remembering 8 factors will be 2 into 2 into 2 and factors of 12 will be 2 into 2 into 3. That means its HCF will be what we used to take? Common factors. We used to take common factors. This will be 2 into 2, that is 4. So in this case, you will be dividing, it's 8 by 4, 12 by 4. You will get 4 2 ja 8 and 4 3 ja 12. So 2 upon 3 is the simple form of the fraction 8 upon 12. That means what we have seen, to represent fraction in the simplest form, you will be dividing its numerator and denominator by HCF of the number which is in numerator and denominator. For example, if you take some other example, say 35 upon 40. In this case, what will you do? What will be the HCF of? You will again divide 35 by HCF of 35 and 40. You will divide 40 by HCF of 35 and 40, and you must be knowing. What can you say about HCF of 35 and 40? Yes, tell. This will be 5. If you want me to solve, what can you say about factor of 35? This will be 5 into 7. Factor of 40, this will be 5 into 2 into 2 into 2. 8. Common factor is 5. That means HCF is 5. When we will divide its numerator and denominator by 5, 5 7 ja 35 and 5 8 ja 40. Fine. The simple form of the fraction is of 35 upon 40 is 7 upon 8. So that means you come to know to simplify fraction, what we need to do, you have to divide its numerator and denominator by the HCF of given numerator and denominator. This thing is understood to you very well? Fine. Now, what can you say about fraction? Because we know it very well. All the types of fractions are rational numbers, but all the types of rational numbers are not fractions. In this case, let's make this thing. If you take it as we make a simple change in the question. If it is 8 upon 12, we take it as, for example, it is now 8 upon minus 12. What is the difference? 8 upon minus 12. This is not a fraction now. This has become rational number. This has become rational number, isn't it? This has become rational number. Now how to take LCM, HCF? In this case, what we will take? HCF of 8. HCF of 8 and HCF of absolute value of minus 12. Absolute value of minus 12. Yes, now the new word has come, absolute value. Absolute value. This is also called as more generally. Absolute value says it gives you a value without sign. Minus 12, the absolute value of minus 12 will be 12. In this case, if it says minus 15, it will be 15. Whether it's a positive or negative, it will be simply returning you the value without sign. Say if it is minus 485, its absolute value will be 485. That means it has become the same thing. Here also you are taking HCF of 8 and 12 because absolute value of minus 12 will be 12. In this case again then HCF will be 8 and 4 only. This is minus 12. यहाँ पे it was minus 12. 8 upon minus 12 was there ना. अब you will divide 8 by 4 minus 12 by 4. So it has become what? 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja 2. So what has come? In this case you can see it very well. The 8 upon minus 12 has been reduced to 2 upon 3. Fine. Every rational number is not a fraction. So in this case, if numerator or denominator is negative, in that case, again you will be taking the HCF of numerator and denominator except sign, without sign, which in other words, which we say absolute value. Absolute value. So it has reduced to 2 upon minus 3. If you want to take some other example, what can you say? If you take say 60 upon minus 60 upon 72. Minus 60 upon 72. In this case, what can you say about HCF of 60 and 72? This will be automatically 12. You must be knowing, you should know the HCF now. Right? If you say as 60, what it will become? 2 into 2, 4, 3 ja 12, 5 ja 60, 72, 2 into 2 into 2, 8, 3 into 3, 8 9 ja 72, ठीक है fine. अब in this case see the common factors. Common factor is this 2. This is 2 common factors. What can you say about HCF now? HCF of 60 हम क्या लेंगे हम? HCF of 60 and absolute value. Sorry. HCF of absolute value of 60 and 72 will be 2 into 2 into 3. It will be 12. That means in this case its numerator, that is minus 60, and denominator, that is 72, will be divided by 12. You will get minus 5 in the numerator, 12 5 is 60, and in denominator you will get 6. That means what can you say? Ki minus 60 upon 72. Minus 60 upon 72 has been simplified to minus 5 upon 6. Fine? So keep on practicing the questions, students, and do it very well. And this was the all about rational numbers. If we recapitulate what we have seen, all the types of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, they are rational numbers because they all can be expressed into the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers. Q should not be 0. Q, that is denominator, should not be 0. Fine. And 0 is a rational number which is neither negative rational number nor positive rational numbers. Also we have seen कि for a fraction we need positive numerator and negative, sorry, we need for a fraction, both numerator and denominator should be positive. Fine. And for a rational number, its numerator and denominator should be integers. Denominator should not be 0. So from this, what can we conclude? Every fraction is a rational number, and but every rational number is not a fraction. ठीक? इसके बाद we have also seen how to reduce fraction into simplest form. Fine. We will be seeing more things about rational numbers. Many more things are there about rational numbers. We will be seeing in the next part of the video. Till then, thank you very much and watch it again and again. And for your any doubt, you can put down the comments. Thank you. We will meet in next video.